fifth graders, so your homework tonight is to try and find numbers that come at the top anyway. Numbers that come between the two whole numbers. So we're talking decimals here. What numbers come between 0 and 1? I want you to be thinking money. What kind of numbers, coins and such, come between 0 and 1? There are a lot of possibilities on this. You could do 25 cents if you wanted to, which you would write as 0.25. You could also do 30 cents. You could do 35 cents. You could do 50 cents. You could do 75 cents. Lots of options here as long as it's under that $1. So it's got to come between 0 and $1. Next one, we're looking between 2 and 3. So between $2 and $3, there's a lot of options. $2.01. You could do $2.10. You could do $2.95 or whatever you choose. Lots of options. This time between 6/10 and 8/10. If you're thinking money, you should be thinking 60 cents and 80 cents. What comes between 60 cents and 80 cents? Again, lots of options. Could be 0.62. Could be 0.75. And you just have to keep it under 8, so you can get all the way up to 0.79 or 79 hundredths, but you can't get any larger because then you'd be into 80. Between 3/10 and 4/10, you could do 0.31, 0. I don't know, what do you want? 3, 5, 0, and 38 hundredths. Lots of choices there. Just have to keep it under 4/10 or under 40 hundredths. Now we're going a little bit bigger because you're already in the hundredths, so we need to go into the thousands with this one. So think 6 pennies and 5 pennies. We're getting a little bit smaller actually this time rather than larger. So between 5 pennies and 6 pennies, what would come in between? And it doesn't say put them in largest to smallest, so order won't matter a whole lot here. But you want 0.05, and now I need another digit. Do I want 5-1, 5-2? Let's do 5-1 since my writing's a little bit big, and then we'll make it a little smaller writing here. 0 and 52 thousandths if we wanted to. We've got lots of choices again. 0 and we could do all the way up to 59 thousandths if we wanted to. Can't go much bigger. It can't go any bigger than that, otherwise we run into the 6 hundredths. Unless you wanted to do yet another digit, and we'll do that another day. If you want to do that to get a little bit larger, you could. You could make this 0.11 and 0.21. But for today, we're just going to stick with what we know. Hopefully I won't erase too much. That's what happens when I start writing, huh? Start adding digits. Okay. Just going to move this over so we don't lose our spot. Keep focused. Let me get this to move. Hopefully not today. Oh, here we go. We'll see if we can drag this over a little bit so we can stay focused on this section right here. Circle the correct answer for each equation. Which one is closer to 0.6, 6/10, or 60 hundredths, however you want to say it? I'm looking and I have 5/10 on both of them, but on this one there's that implied 0, and 3 would be bigger than 0 on this one. Which is closer to 0.3? So let's see. This one is like 2 cents and this is 20 cents. So 2/10 is definitely going to be bigger on that one, closer to. Which one is closer to 0.8? This one is actually over 0.8, so that's not even an option. You have to go with 77 hundredths. Which one is closer to 75 hundredths? This one again is too large. You went to over. You've got a repeating 8. So our only choice here is 6/10. Which one is closer to 4 hundredths? 3 is too big. 3/10 went over. This is 4 pennies. Which one is closer to 4 pennies? Not 3/10, but this 51 hundredths is actually over. Ooh, I need to rethink this because it's not which one is bigger, it's which one is closer. So this one, this one is closer, but let's go back and look. Some of these that I crossed out, maybe I shouldn't have crossed out. Let's take a look. I'm going to go back and just reevaluate here. Because it's asking us which ones are closer, not which ones are bigger. See if we were right. Which one is closer to 0.6? And we were right with that one. Which one is closer to 0.3? And we were right with that one. Which one is closer to 7 or to 8/10? 77 is 3 away and 75 is 5 away. So this one would have been a good answer. I think that's what we chose initially. 75 hundredths. We've got 0.6 or 0.8. 0.8 is probably our better choice here because it's 5 away, whereas 0.6 is this one is 5 hundredths away. And 0.6 or 6/10. You know what? That one is also 5 hundredths away. So I think both of them are good options. The one difference is 0.8 is a repeating decimal. So if I were to write this one out, I would write it as 0.88. And this one you would write out as 0.60. So going back to that then, closest, it had been 5, now it's a little bit more. So I'm going to go back with that one right there. Arrange these decimals in order from least to greatest. Our least, our smallest, is right here, 0.043, and then our next smallest after that, we're looking for pennies here, so this is like 5 pennies, 0.05. Our next largest, we've got 1 dime, 6 dimes, 78 cents, 2 dimes, or 1 dime. This one is probably our next one, 1/10, and then we've got this one right here, 12 hundredths, very close. And from here we've got 2/10. You can write the 0 in front. I tend to leave that off just because space-wise, but probably more correct to have that 0 in front of it. And then our last one, 78 hundredths on that one. Nice job. Let's do some dividing. If we divide, are there any shortcuts for that? Ooh, I do see some nice shortcuts. I'm looking at 63 here. I'm going to change colors so you can see it even though I go into the gray area. 63 and 54 cents. $63.54, and I'm going to divide it by 9. 63 divided by 9, 9 times 7 is 63, so that's our nice start. Subtract, get 0, bring down your 5. How many times will 9 go into 5? It won't. Make sure you have your 0 or your decimal up here for a placeholder. Your decimal is going to go right above the other one. Add a 0 in there and bring down your next one. And 54, hopefully you recognize that fact. 9 times 6 is 54. Subtract 0, so your answer is $7.06. And as I'm peeking at my answer key to make sure I'm right, this one, the book tells us that this was actually the correct answer, not mine. We'll talk about that a little bit more when I think it over here. All right. And now we've got, I'm going to see if I can move this over so I give it a little space for writing. 45 and divided by 287. I don't know my 45's facts real well, so I might have to do some side multiplication on this one. I know it won't go in once, but I know that 4 times 5 is 20, so I might try 45 times 5 for a start and see how close I get. And I get 225. How did I do? Pretty close. I'm going to go with it. I think that will do it for me. I'm going to write a 5. 225. Do a little subtracting here. 8 minus 2 is 6. Uh-oh, I could go one bigger, so 5 wasn't enough. I needed to go with 6. And now 45 times 6. Let's see how close we are. 5 times, there we go, 30. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 3. 24, 5 to 6, 27. Sorry, I lost it there for a second. Alright, so we've got 6, 270. We're really close now. 7 and 8 minus 7, so a remainder of 17. And we can just write it that way unless it tells us that we need to do it as a decimal, and it doesn't. So we'll do 6 and 17 over 45. Alright, let's try another one. We've got 567, and we're going to divide it by 7. I'm looking at 56 and 7, and I know 7 times 8 is 56. If I subtract, I get 0. I bring down the 7. Ooh, that's a nice easy one. Get a remainder of 0, a nice 81. And then our last one. 4861, and we're going to divide it by 7. With 48, let's start out with 6. 6 times 7 is 42. We'll subtract and get 6. Bring down my next 6. 7 times 10 is 70. Really close. We know it wouldn't be 10 anyway. 9 times 7 is 63. Let's go with that. Subtract and you get 3. Bring down your last digit. A 1. And 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 5 is 35. That's too big, so it must be 4. We've got 28. Subtract. And you get a remainder of 3. So our last answer is 694. Remainder 3, or you can say in 3/7. Alright, and then back to this one over here that's been bugging me, causing me some troubles. As I re-look at it, I'm just going to erase what we got so far. As I re-look at it, I know the answer should be 0.8, but I need to figure out why. As I'm looking, I can see from 6 to 75, from 6/10 to 75, there was a change of 15. And from 0.88 to 75, there was a change of, let's see, it was 5, but with that extra 8, so 3, so a change of about 32, if I subtracted them. And so, what am I thinking? I'm going to actually solve this. 0.88 minus 75, and we'll find out our difference, and then maybe my brain will work here. A difference of 13. So the difference between the two is 13. And the difference over here was 15. So that's why the 0.8 is working better for us. Sorry about that. Late in the day. We'll see you tomorrow.